Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace, and today's session we are going to have a very wonderful session because we are going to discuss some very special questions. So it's good that we started late. I'll tell you why, because we were preparing some very good level of questions for you. So we'll start at 11:30 today. No worries, just be with me, stay with me, and we'll enjoy the session throughout. Okay, so let's start the session. Welcome to VerandaRace. Okay, let's start. So we have the first question, multiple error questions. So okay, so in this question you can see the error can be in part A, B and C, A, B, C and D this way. So error can be in multiple parts of this question. So you have to identify what the error is. The first question is, despite of several intimations, the government school on the outskirts of the city didn't take any measure to improve the daily routine of the students. So this is the question. Despite of several intimations, the government school on the outskirts of the city didn't take any measure to improve the daily routine of the students. Let us see, the first part has an error. Everybody knows that, right? So despite is not followed by of, in spite is followed by of. So despite several intimations, the government school in the outskirts of the city didn't take any measures, because not only one measure should be taken by the schools, government schools, it should be any measures. So error is in part A, B and C to improve the daily routine of the students. So A, B and C, this is the answer. Wonderful question, wonderful question. So we have A, B and C as errors. Despite several intimations, the government school in the outskirts of the city didn't take any measures to improve the daily routine of the students. So you must be having a question. Yeah, any measures? Correct, Muthu. Remove off. Correct. One more error was in the outskirts of the, not on the outskirts. Moving ahead to the next question. Okay, the fact that people easily believe on what they see leaves them vulnerable of the magical acts of some fraud godmen. Wonderful question. Let's see how to solve this question. Okay, so the fact that people easily believe in what they see leaves them, no error in part B, vulnerable to the magical acts of some fraud godmen. Now the question is whether we have an error in D as well. It should be of or by. So magical acts of some fraud godmen or magical acts by some fraud godmen? Believe in, correct. So Muthu is giving answers. Pavishri believed. No, it should be believe. The fact that people easily believe in what they see leaves them vulnerable to the magical acts by some fraud godmen or of some. So magical acts of some fraud godmen would make it like a very broader aspect. By means the agent. So these godmen are the agents, so they perform the magical acts. So error will be in part A, C and D. A, C and D will be the answer. A, C and D. Perfect. So the fact that people easily believe in what they see leaves them vulnerable to the magical acts by some fraud godmen. Perfect. Okay. Moving ahead to the next question. Okay. So it is above the comprehension of a normal man why some people find solace in living the life of austerity and discipline. Where a level question. So it is above the comprehension of a normal man why some people find solace in living the life of austerity and discipline. So you can see the error is in part A. It should be beyond, not above. So above is used for something which is physically above a certain line. It should be beyond. So the answer is, it is beyond the comprehension. Yeah, you are correct, Radhika. Chellam Sudarshan 2, he says. Okay, so this question, it is beyond the comprehension of a normal man why some people find solace in living the life of austerity and discipline. So error is in part A. Only A has an error. Okay, clear? Next question. Okay, the ecosystem in which we live demands us to be considerate in maintaining the sanctity of the natural processes that happen as a part of it. Wonderful question. So, the ecosystem in which we live demands us to be considerate in maintaining the sanctity of the natural processes that happen as a part of it. No error. E is the answer. There is no error in this question. Yeah, Subhaship, your answer is correct. Chellam Sudarshan answer is correct. Next question. Okay. We live as if we are never going to die. Wonderful question. We live as if we are never going to die, and we behave as if we are the masters of all we survey. We live as if we are never going to die, and we behave as if we are the masters of all we survey. So either it should be no error or it has an error. Let us see. You know that with as if a subject follows, then the verb should be in the past subjunctive mood. The object should be in the subject is followed by a past subjunctive mood, which is were, W-E-R-E. So we can say we live as if we were never going to die, and we behave as if we were the masters of all we survey. Am I correct or am I incorrect? Just tell me. Bhuvan Prem says we were. Correct. Muthu, our correct answer were. But can you say that were should be in both the places, because as if is there in both the places? As if. Can we say that were should be in both the places, because in this case it is going to die. It means it's a futuristic action. So whenever as if is followed by a futuristic action, it remains as it is. So it remains as it is. It will be are only, and in this case it will be as if we were. So answer should be only C. Only C. Understand this concept. When as if is followed by a futuristic action, there shouldn't be any change in it. But if as if is followed by a normal present tense action, then it will be an error. It should be were only, were. So answer would be only C. Clear? Present tense correct. Very good, Sudhakans. So the answer is in the part C, which should be were. So answer should be we live as if we are never going to die, and behave as if we were the masters of all we survey. Perfect answer. Clear? So only C is the answer. Now we'll move to some further interesting questions, which are filler questions. The question is, considering my independent nature, the dash terms of the agreement dash me from taking any decision regarding accepting work in the company. Okay. So you can see if we put options one by one, we will come to know that all answers are incorrect except one. So considering my independent nature, the colossal terms, colossal means huge, enormous, large, it cannot be the answer. So this is already an invalid answer. This colossal is already an invalid answer. Considering my independent nature, the instructive is looking good. Instructive terms of the agreement abstained me from. It's a very good option. We can consider it as an answer. But let us check the other options as well. Considering my independent nature, the fussy is incorrect. Fussy terms cannot be fussy. People can be fussy. Fussy means who invite a lot of trouble. And second option, prevented me from, is good enough, but fussy, we have better options. So this option is considering to be good one, but this is better. Didactic means instructive. Didactic means instructive, and refrained me from. So you refrain from some action, you abstain from some bad habits. So you abstain from smoking, drinking and other bad habits, but you refrain from an action. So the answer would be B. Perfect answer. Answer would be B. So considering my independent nature, the didactic means instructive, full of instructions. The didactic terms of the agreement refrained me from taking any decision. So refraining is from taking an action, and abstaining is from a bad habit. Please understand this. Okay. Next question. So answer with didactic and refrain. Next question. Okay. Although I had paid the necessary amount, the tea leaves supplied to me were dash, which made me very dash on the supplier. Okay, so it means that I had paid good amount to the supplier, the necessary amount to the supplier. The tea leaves supplied to me were dash, means were not good or bad kind of word should be there. So it should be ersaz. Ersaz means duplicate, fake, which made me very irate on the supplier. So this will be the answer. Why not bad or incensed? Why not counterfeit and dumb? Dumb cannot be the second option. We cannot put dumb over here. This could have been the answer, but angry is not followed by on. Angry is not followed by on. Bad and incensed on. So bad, supplied to me were bad, which made me incensed at. The answer will be ersaz and irate. Irate on someone means angry on someone, angry with someone, and ersaz means fake and duplicate. Clear? So C will be the answer. Ersaz means fake and duplicate. Clear? Next question. The level of dash we expect from others, must be the same as we dash on them. This is a fair game. Okay. So we can see play on them is wrong, give on them is wrong, bestow on them is correct. Bestow means you gift someone with something. So the level of camaraderie means friendship. So the level of camaraderie we expect from others must be the same as we bestow on them. This is a fair game. Camaraderie means friendship, and we must bestow on the others the same friendship as we expect from them. Clear? Answer will be camaraderie and bestow. Animosity means enmity. Enmity means enemies, that kind of word. Animosity, show on them is incorrect. Friendship, give on them is incorrect. So answer will be camaraderie and bestow. Clear? Yeah, correct. No, C will be the answer. C. Kalidas, Evangeline, C will be the answer. Correct. Next question. Okay. We appreciate his dash a lot. See, I am sure 35 people are online. They must be enjoying the session a lot because the questions are very good, especially in order to cater to your needs based on different types of banking examinations, insurance examination, and even SSC for that matter. So you have to be present in every class so that you get motivated, and good quality questions help you a lot in solving the questions in the exam as well. Please understand this, okay? So we appreciate his dash a lot. So it should be a positive word. Intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, erudition, all are positive words. Thanks to his habit of being a dash reader of great books that act like knowledge banks for him. Great, okay. Animosity means enmity, enemies, being enemies, that's known as enmity. Okay, we appreciate his dash a lot, so it can be intelligence, but habit of being a avid reader cannot be the answer. See, it's written so a avid reader cannot be the answer. It was a good option. Intelligence, avid, it's a good option, but we are talking about his erudition. Erudition means what? Erudition means knowledge level, intelligence, wisdom, all combined into one is known as erudition. So answer will be wisdom, and hungry reader is not correct. Voracious reader means very greedy reader. Avid reader, voracious. He reads a lot, he consumes a lot. He's a voracious reader. So reader. So we appreciate his dash a lot, erudition a lot, thanks to his habit of being a voracious reader of great books that act like a knowledge banks for him. So it should be D option. Correct? Okay, very good, Pavisri. VR Lakshmi also says the answer. Kanamma also says D. Very good. D maybe. Kalidas is not maybe, it's correct answer. Okay. Moving ahead. Next question. It was really the biggest show of dash and dash at the wedding of the minister's only son. It's a difficult question. Let us see. It was really a biggest show of dash and dash at the wedding of the minister's only son. Only son means it should be special or bad. So we have pomp and prosperity. Show of pomp and prosperity, it can be probable answer. Ostentation and penury. Ostentation means show off. Pomp means show off. But penury means Poverty, poverty. So it cannot be the answer. So minister's only son marriage cannot be an example of show off and poverty. Richness, indigence means poverty. Stupidity, vulgarity cannot be the answer. You understand this? So answer will be pomp and prosperity. So it was a show of pomp, show off, and prosperity means richness, austerity. So answer will be A. A will be the answer. Clear? Why not C? Somebody says. Previous question or what? Let us go to previous question. Knowledge and greed. No, greedy readers does not suit. Voracious reader is the best option. Please understand. Sri Rajni. It should be voracious reader, not greedy reader. Greedy reader is a negative word. Please understand this. Okay. Next question was? Yeah, pomp and prosperity. You have already explained this to you. Next question. Okay, now we have sentence improvement questions. 5 questions of that. Okay. We decide often to keep away from bad people. Okay, wait. The next session is going to be a vocabulary session from 12 p.m. Don't miss that session. Don't miss that session. You have a vocabulary session at 12 p.m. Okay? Don't worry. We decide often to keep away from bad people, but it turns out to be a failure as we are born gregarious and love to socialize with one and all. We decide, okay, so the question which is, the option which is perfect is, see, often is placed just after the subject. When we use often, the adverb of frequency, it is placed just after the subject. So we often decide to keep away from bad people. How many of you say A is the answer? Wow, Janani says D as the answer. Correct answer. Pavishi, Janani has given the correct answer. D is the perfect answer. Wonderful, Janani. Everybody is saying A. That's not the correct answer. The answer is D. Keeping from bad people is the correct option, not keeping away from bad people. So answer will be often. We often decide to keep from bad people, but it turns out to be a failure as we are born gregarious and love to socialize with one and all. Correct answer. D. Please stop it. Okay, Swati has given the answer as D. D is the correct answer. Okay. Keep from bad people, keep off bushes, keep off objects. Keep away from is no use. We don't use keep away from. Okay. Next question. The biggest challenge in friendship is to literally allow your friend to make mistakes and go scot-free. Wonderful question. So how to solve this question? The biggest challenge in friendship is to allow, literally is to allow both A and C, no replacement required. What would be your answer? Swati. She says both A and D. A and C. Okay. Well, to allow, it's an infinitive. We cannot split an infinitive into two. We cannot say to literally allow. Literally cannot be placed between to and allow. It has to be removed from there. So the biggest challenge in friendship is to allow literally. Incorrect. The answer will be C. The biggest challenge in friendship literally is to allow your friend to make mistakes and go scot-free. So C will be the correct answer. C will be the correct answer. Literally should be placed before the infinitive. Answer would be the biggest challenge in friendship literally is to allow your friend to make mistakes and go scot-free. C will be the correct answer. Clear? Literally should be placed before is. Before is to allow. So C will be the correct answer. Not D. Okay. The politicians of India are far more intelligent than that of Pakistan. The politicians of India are far more intelligent than that of Pakistan. Than those of Pakistan is correct. You know how, why is it correct? Because we are talking about politicians. Than those of Pakistan. Than Pakistan's. Than their counterparts in Pakistan. All A, B and C. So answer will be all A, B and C. All three are correct. All three are correct. How come? The politicians of India are far more intelligent than those of Pakistan, correct, than Pakistan's politicians, correct, than their counterparts in Pakistan, correct? So all A, B and C. That will be the answer. Sudhakan says VMB. What is VMB? Literally is an adverb, so it should be placed in between the verb and main verb. No, no, no. Not all adverbs are placed between subject and main verb. For example, I'll give you an example. Wait, you are saying Sarkar Shankar says literally is an adverb, so it should be placed in between be verb and main verb. Not always it happens. Not always it happens. I'll give you an example. Wait. Let me solve this question. I'll come back to that question. Okay. Sarkar Shankar, your question is right. So I'll give you an answer to that question. Don't worry. I'm there. Okay. Subhashi Priya has given answers D. D is the correct answer. All A, B and C. Moving ahead. Now, Raj admitted to see Jessica in the hospital last week. Raj admitted to see Jessica in the hospital last week. Counterparts. Yes, Kalidas is asked a question. Counterparts. So if I am a soldier of India, the soldier of Pakistan is my counterpart. If I am the Prime Minister of India, the Prime Minister of Pakistan is my counterpart. If I am a teacher in India, the teacher in Pakistan is my counterpart. Understood? Fine. Raj admitted to see Jessica in the hospital last week. So Raj admitted to have seen both B and E. Why? It's a question. So in this you can see, to see is the previous action. Admitted is the second action. So when this is the case, when admitted and previous actions are there, the infinitive which is the previous action becomes 2 plus have plus V3. So Raj admitted to have seen. To have seen is the previous action and admitted is the second action, so it will be like that only. Admitted having seen is known as perfect participle. This is perfect infinitive. This is perfect participle. Similar rule applies here. Perfect infinitive, perfect participle. When the previous action is the infinitive or participle. Clear? So having seen is perfect participle. Admitted is the second action. So here perfect infinitive, here perfect participle. Clear? Okay. Next question. Yak is an animal that is found in the Himalayan region of the Indian subcontinent. Yak is an animal that is found in the Himalayan region of the Indian subcontinent. The option says yak is an animal which is found across. This is incorrect because in should be the correct option, not across. Is an animal which is found around. Around is incorrect. Around means it is roaming here and there. Across means from here to there. Is an animal that is found across is incorrect. Is an animal that is found around is incorrect. No replacement required with the correct answer. Because in is giving us a hint that it is found in that Himalayan region. Okay. In gives us hint. All these options are absurd because in gives us the hint that in that region. Okay. Now we have fill in the blanks, which means preposition questions. We'll solve all these questions. So Sarkar Shankar asks, after admitted only Raj can see Jessica, then how seeing action comes before admitted? See, I'll give an example. I saw Jessica and now I admit it. Which is the previous action? Seeing Jessica, right? I admitted means I admitted later on to have seen her. I admitted having seen her. So whichever the previous action is written in perfect infinitive or perfect participle. The next action is written in simple past. Please understand, Sarkar Shankar. I hope your answer is clear. My answer is clear to you. Fine? Okay. He smelled dash liquor when he entered the banquet hall. He smelled of liquor. He smelled of liquor. Means the smell of liquor was coming from his body. The visit of the Prime Minister has been postponed for 10 days. No, by 10 days. Postponed by 10 days. As a step to renovation, he has decided to replace old furniture with new one. With new one. Okay, Sarkar Shankar, I hope your question is answered, right? Which question on you are saying, Pratibha? First question. He smelled of liquor. The visit of Prime Minister has been postponed by 10 days. As a step to renovation, he has decided to replace old furniture with new one. He was in a hurry and just glanced at the letter, glancing at something, okay? Just having a brief look at that thing. Nobody likes to intrude into his privacy. Okay, students, we have a session at 12 o'clock. It may extend by 12:05. Don't worry. We'll complete this first, then we'll move to the next session, okay? No problem. But we have a session of vocabulary at 12:05. It may extend by 5 minutes. Don't worry, okay? Think over the matter. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump to conclusions. Jumping to conclusions, jumping at offers. Please understand. Don't think there is an exception to the rule. Exception to the rule means being something anomalous, different from what the rule is. So, exception to the rule. Just a minute, students. I think it is a lag. I'm running behind. Wait. Okay, fine. Now, since her failure in the examinations, she remains aloof from her friends. Aloof from her friends. We have decided to adhere to. Adhere to something means sticking to that thing. Sticking. You have heard about adhesives? Fevicol, Fevikwik. These are adhesives. So, adhere to rules means, adhering means sticking to the rules. Everyone was greatly amused at her ignorance. Ignorance means lack of knowledge. So, you say amused at, amazed at, shocked at, surprised at, stunned at. All the sudden emotions are followed by at. Okay? Fine. Moving ahead to the next set of questions. Nowadays, material values take precedence over spiritual values. Nowadays, material values take precedence over spiritual values. Precedence means more preference. Understand this, okay? Mr. Kakkar has a retinue of servants working under him. He fell off the horse. Falling off something means falling from that particular thing in a jerk or in a fast movement. We have not yet decided. We have not yet decided on the venue of the meeting. Aloof means separate, solitude, separate, alone. Amused at Kalidas, amused at, shocked at, stunned at, surprised at. All sudden emotions are followed by at. Okay. I have done dash her as she is impervious dash reasonable advice. I am done away with her. I have done away with her. I have done away with her means I have removed her from my company. As company means accord, relationship, not the actual company which you talk about. I have done away with her as she is impervious to reasonable advice. Impervious to means she is not ready to accept serious advice. Don't despair dash your efforts despite failure. Don't despair of your efforts despite the failure. Despair of means fell down. No, Sudha. Fell off will be the correct answer. From off the horse. There's two different entities, so it will be fell off. Don't despair of your efforts despite failure. Despair of means losing hope. How come you are negligent of your duty? Negligent of duty means you're not doing your duties properly. Negligent of duties. Next. Your apprehensions about your wife borders on lunacy. Lunacy means dementia, demented, mad. Have you caught up with your pending work? Catch up with means to reach the level of your pending work. Catch up with, reach the level. Last question. Sitting idle and living off rental income, OFF rental income, does not agree to my taste. Agree with my taste, agree to my taste. Just a minute. Sitting idle and living off rental income does not agree with my taste. With my taste. Fine. So, we have completed the exercise exactly at 12 p.m. I hope you enjoyed the session a lot, and I'm also sure that you are going to enjoy the next session as well, which will start in the next 5 minutes, the vocabulary session. Thank you so much for being with me. Thanks a lot, students. Let us see you in the next session.